Food Network star Bobby Flay has really been around the block when it comes to marriage. But even though some of his relationships went up in smoke, he still believes in romance. Here's the story on his 3 former wives and the one constant love of his life. Bobby Flay wed fellow chef Debra Ponzek in 1991 at New York City's famed Rainbow Room after meeting the year before, according to the New York Times. But while Flay and Ponzek are both industry pros, neither cooked for the occasion. The reception featured a vanilla and blackberry wedding cake by Sylvia Weinstock, the legendary baker who has appeared on Nailed It, and has been dubbed the quote Leonardo da Vinci of cakes by Wedding Market. According to the Times, the couple were ready to get hitched almost immediately after they first met at a charity event. And evidently, Flay wooed his future first wife with his cooking. As the outlet recounted, he prepared a luxurious dinner for Ponzek and her friends at Miracle Grill, the restaurant where he worked at the time. Clearly a winning move on Flay's part, Ponzek recalled, "It was great. I loved it." Debra Ponzek seems to have a thing for chefs. Once she and Flay parted ways after just 2 years together, she married fellow foodie Greg Adonisio. The two would go on to create the specialty store Odalise, as well as an adjunct catering business called Odalise Events. As Ponzek shared on the brand's website, they've known each other ever since culinary school back in 1984, and they would ultimately link up once again following her divorce from Flay. Ponzek explained, "As fate would have it, I was on a late-night TV show doing a cooking demonstration, and a mutual friend told Greg about it, and the rest is history. Greg and I reconnected again and were then married in April 1995. The couple shares 3 children together." Ponzek has also amassed an empire, banking an estimated net worth of $5 million as of 2021. She's a successful cookbook author, having penned The Family Kitchen, the Dinnertime Survival Cookbook, and the Summer House Cookbook. She has also been nominated for multiple honors beyond her James Beard Award in 1992, including the Foundation's Prize for General Cooking, as well as Best Chef New York City. But Ponzek isn't the only one who stepped into the next chapter with a bang.
I'm probably not done yet, but I'm gonna look for the next spark.
Bobby Flay hit it off with his second wife, Kate Connelly, when they crossed paths at Food Network in the mid-90s, according to the book From Scratch, The Uncensored History of the Food Network. She was co-host of Robin Leach Talking Food, on which her future husband was a guest, according to the New York Times. Leach warned Connelly to be careful when he noticed that the pair had a very clear and immediate chemistry. But having disregarded Robin's advice completely, Connelly went out with Flay, and their first dinner at Monkey Bar in Manhattan was a rousing success. Connelly told the outlet, "I've never had such a good time in my life on a date, ever. I don't remember what I ate." The couple's relationship swiftly began shaping up into something more serious. After only a few months of knowing each other, the chef asked the TV host to be his wife. According to the Times, they got married at Flay's Bolo Bar and Restaurant near Midtown Manhattan, and all of the food at the wedding was cooked by Flay-owned restaurants. As the New York Times wedding announcement noted, Connelly had her son Jonathan before she ever met Flay. And when the outlet asked the future Food Network megastar about how it felt to become a stepfather and a husband all in the same moment, he replied, "It's a complicated situation and the odds are against us, but that's what's great about it. If there's no challenge, why do it?" But as exciting as their romance was, the couple weren't married long before they finally split. As Extra recounted, they headed for divorce in '98, just 3 years after they said "I do." But before things were officially over, they welcomed their daughter Sophie in 1996. Connelly keeps it low-key these days, but sometimes pops up on her daughter's Instagram. Now in her 20s, Sophie Flay sure seems to be following in her dad's footsteps. Their show The Flay List, where Bobby and Sophie seek out the best local restaurants in LA, hit Food Network in 2019. Sophie told Parade, "My dad and I are always talking about and trying to find our next great meal, and that's exactly what you see in the show. Basically all we do when we're together is eat. So it was not surprising that it didn't feel like work." The two also took over iHeartRadio with their podcast Always Hungry with Bobby Flay and Sophie Flay, where they have a blast talking about food and cooking while she gives her thoughts on cuisine trends for the younger set.
It was a good pancake. Tastes like home.
In addition to also being very interested in the culinary world just like her dad, Sophie told Parade, "We like a lot of the same TV shows. We actually like a lot of the same podcasts. But we also love horse racing. And being able to share that bond has been great because he got his love for horse racing from his grandfather. And it has now passed down to me." While they just might be 2 peas in a pod, it's clear that Flay is a devoted dad and considers his daughter to be the greatest relationship of his life. Speaking of Sophie's career as an ABC7 journalist in LA, he told People in 2021, "I'm a lucky dad because I have an ongoing flow of pride watching Sophie do so well in her career. She has this great work ethic. My chest is big because I'm like, that's amazing. This is my kid."
I got the greatest thing ever. I got Sophie.
It's an understatement to say Flay's relationship with Stephanie March didn't end on the best note. Still, the beginning of their courtship was dreamy, according to CNN. A blind date seemed to be the start of a good thing, and March even thought the relationship would last forever. She said at the time, "I know it's a cliche, but I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is the rest of my life." The proposal was as cool as ice. Flay popped the question at the Rockefeller Center ice rink, leading to what would be his 3rd marriage and the first for March. 2 years later, the pair wed, and everything seemed to be going swimmingly. In fact, the actor and the chef even worked on camera together her for various Flay ventures, including Boy Meets Grill with Bobby Flay. March also picked up plenty of credits on her own. She continued to embody her Alexandra Cabot character from Law & Order SVU for a spin-off show called Conviction. She also landed roles on Grey's Anatomy, Happy Endings, and 30 Rock, among others. Sadly, Flay and March weren't meant to last forever. In 2015, a source told People that the relationship was over, calling the split, quote, inevitable. Following the news of their separation, a friend close to March alleged to Page Six that Flay was having an affair with his assistant, Elise Terrell. After the allegation came to light, Flay's rep stated they would, quote, refrain from responding to the rumors. Regarding the allegations, a friend of Flay's told the outlet, none of this has any basis in reality. During the divorce proceedings, March allegedly contested her $5,000 a month prenup. According to In Touch, March is challenging her prenup with the celebrity chef and accusing Flay in court papers of adultery with 3 women, including actress January Jones.
Being humble during success and being gracious when things just don't go your way. That is the true recipe for success.
When Flay's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony took place only months after his relationship with March came to a screeching halt, a plane flying a banner that read "Cheater" soared right over the public event. A rep for March confirmed with Us Weekly that March was not the one behind the message.
When you want to fix something in your life, look to your heart, not your body.
As part of an essay for Refinery 29, March revealed that she got breast implants just as her marriage was coming to an end because, quote, I couldn't change my life. But even so, she still didn't take long to get over her broken heart. Not even a year after she divorced Flay, she met her second husband, Dan Benton, according to People. A mutual friend connected the actor with the tech investor, and sparks immediately flew. Less than a year later, they were married.
Lots of things I love about her. One of them is that she's enthusiastic about so many things. Eating is one of them, but she loves to cook.
Flay had been a bachelor for several years when he met actor and singer Helene Yorke in 2016. As he recounted on an episode of Beat Bobby Flay, the pair became an item after running into each other at a Knicks game. Yorke, who was a guest judge on the episode, also joked about trying to cook at home when your boyfriend is a professional chef.
What temperature's the oven at? You know you have to rehydrate them anchovies. So, a lot of that.
Yorke's credits run the gamut, from Broadway shows like Grease and American Psycho to memorable roles in TV and film. Apparently, the couple was happy together for a good 2 years, but in 2019, Flay shared on his show that he was living the bachelor life again, joking that Yorke had, quote, kicked him to the curb. But if you think Flay might be hanging up the apron on his love life for good, we're guessing he'll be giving romance another shot before we know it. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebrity chefs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.